Good morning. Sorry it took me a little long to say good morning. I'm trying to adjust myself right now. So, I was sitting around thinking, what to talk about, and I remember some things. I go back a long way, and every once in a while I remember things. And I remember, because I was young when I started reading history books, that the history was a little bit different, somewhat. You understood things differently. There were a lot of Nazis in America during World War II. And Nazis all over the world in 1945 said they changed, or they went underground, they did something. All right? They didn't disappear. The youth, the skinheads, emerged in the white supremacist movement, which is sort of the Nazi movement, fascism and what have you. And now what they're doing is they've been waiting. And you don't realize this. They've been waiting. And everybody says, well, they're waiting for the second coming of Hitler. No, they're not. They're waiting for the second coming of the Third Reich. Or some people want to call it the Fourth Reich. And you will see it. You will see it at the... If you don't see it before, you'll see it at Trump's inauguration. They'll make an appearance. They'll try to make a large appearance. I don't know whether he'll allow it, but they're going to try. And, you've got a bunch of people out there running for office that are trying to avoid jail by being a politician and being in the president's shadow. He's trying to avoid jail because he should have been charged with treason with the document case, and they didn't, because they got a judge that's looking to be a Supreme Court justice or something, and I don't think she's going to make anything, because I don't think she can be trusted, because she's already proven that she's two-faced. That's the thing. All these people have said things, one thing or another, during the beginning about Trump and whatnot, and now they're kissing his ass. Vance is an example of that. Even Musk is an example of that, and you say, why? Why are they doing that? Well, I don't know about Vance. I don't think Vance has any thing that could put him in jail. I'm not sure. But Musk has things that could put him in jail. Getz has things that can put him in jail. The guy from Fox has. They all have something that can put him in jail. What's her name? The wife of the founder of the WWE, WWF rather. She's fighting to stay out of jail, because there's all kinds of things that are coming down, and the investigations coming down around her. They're all doing it. They're all trying to stay out of jail, or they're trying to have their opinions justified, as in Kennedy. Kennedy's out there trying to get his wild schemes and everything justified, some justification for it. There really isn't. It's not real science. It's chicken science, and that's going to cause some problems, for both of them, for getting put into place. McMahon's the lady. Education secretary, I think. I don't know that that's going to be a big problem, because the last secretary of education was a real fuck up. So that they're used to having fuck ups over there. Basically, the way you don't have a fuck up over there is you put in somebody who just sits there and takes the check. Which is what I think Biden's secretary of education has been doing. So they just sort of, rubber stamp everything, and then they go on vacation. They tour the nation. They tour other countries, checking out their educational systems. Like Dubai, the most expensive trip in the world. Okay, so what else is happening? We have the neo-Nazis waiting in the shadows to make their appearance, to come out of the shadows, and they think they can do it with Trump. I don't know. I don't know about him. Trump is a weird dude. First of all, he ran for election to stay out of jail. Not the first time, this time. He ran for election to stay out of jail because he was definitely headed for jail. He's been convicted. Hasn't been sentenced yet, but he's on his way to jail. or at least a jail sentence. Whether they actually put him in jail, it might be, you know, home school or whatever they call that, you know. But and the rest of them are doing the same thing. So you have this that's going on, and then Trump turns around, and you know he sold the collectible cards and the ridiculous watch sale he had. Now that money all goes to him. That money is not for political purposes. That money goes in his pocket. Okay, so apparently he's running a little short of cash again because now he's selling $10,000 guitars. This is a man that doesn't know which end of the guitar gets played, but he's selling $10,000 guitars. They start at $10,000. He's supposedly the president-elect of the United States. He's out there hustling guitars. America's tolerance, America's level of I don't know what to say, how to say it, but we're dropping our standards, you know, for what we have for people, for politicians, for whatever, to the gutter. You know, these aren't people that are worthy of our vote, you know. And I'm not just talking about all these people, a lot of these people that are out there. You can look in other states where they have these senators that have, you know, they become senators and then they want to get appointed to cabinet positions and whatnot to avoid going to jail. So I don't know what I could tell you about that. That's just something that's, you know, it's just stupid. Selling guitars, that makes me laugh. Then I turn around and I want to cry. I don't understand any of this. I've lost faith in human nature, I really have. And then, like I said, you have all these, you know, the skinheads that are all over the country. They're basically neo-Nazis. You have the actual Nazi Party, which was somewhat of a semi-political thing for a while, and then it just turned into, it's not really anything. I think the marching part of it is gone. Now it's just the violent part still left, you know. And these are the guys that are going to probably end up in positions like stormtroopers, you know, and secret police positions and whatnot, you know. Because Trump's got to do that in order for his agenda to go through. He has to. We're going to see censorship of the internet and the media because he can't allow criticism. Criticism will incite people right now. When these people start to see this, right now he's lucky because people really don't trust the media, all right? But when they stop trusting him too, then there's going to be a serious problem. And I think it's just a matter of time. You know, it's the people that aren't affected by anything, the rich people and whatnot, the wealthy people, the people above the poverty level that are sitting around going, you know, well, what's the big deal? Well, I guess you never tried to write a book, or I guess you never did a video like mine, or anybody else's for that matter right now. I guess you think the country should become a country of prudes, you might say, you know, that sit around and do nothing but have kids. Women don't have any rights anymore, you know. Oh, why do people hate women so much? I don't understand that. Why can't a woman be a top citizen? Why do women have to be considered second-class citizens? I've never understood that. I guess a lot of people have mother issues or something, you know. It must be, because I certainly don't have any problem with women. My philosophy has always been, in the kind of work I've done, which is, you know, cleaning and restaurants and whatnot, is that if you could do the job, I'll pay you. I don't care. I'm not going to pay you less than the guy that's standing next to you. You know, so long as you can do the same amount of work. I don't understand what the big problem is. If I hire Uh, if I'm a major corporation and I hire there's two CEOs available, a man and a male and a female. Female has a better resume. I'm not going to hire the man unless he can prove to me in conversations that he's better than she is. You know, that's how it works out. You hire the best person available. You don't hire somebody because they're black. You don't hire somebody because they're white. You know. What screwed everything up is there's been a bunch of people that come out in these various ethnic groups and whatnot that have an attitude. They think they're owed something. Now, if you earned where you're standing, I owe you that. I owe you a job. But if you walk in and you think just because of your ethnicity or your religious background or whatever that you're owed something, you're not owed anything in this country. All right? Nobody in this country got anything for nothing. Everybody worked except maybe Donald Trump. He never worked a day in his life. And you could say, oh, he was an executive. No, he wasn't. He was a manager. He was a pusher. He was a manipulator. He never worked it. He never did any kind of work in his life. I have to tell you something. There are people that say thinking is work. Well, I have my doubts about that. But, you know, who am I to say something, you know? So, okay, this is not working anymore. All right. I don't know what else to talk about. I really don't. You know, we talk some football. Dallas Cowboys have some serious problems. I actually think right now that while they still can, and he's still worth some money, they should try to trade CeeDee Lamb. Everybody says, well, I don't give it up on the season. That season's shot, folks. It's gone. Give up on it. Let's see what you can do, you know? It's like... what is it? The Giants might be looking for, or the Giants or the Jets will be looking at the ex-Chicago Bears quarterback. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I just read it a little while ago too. But I think he'd be a good fit for the Giants. I'm not sure the Giants will hire a black quarterback as their starting quarterback, though. There's some things you sense, you know. But you don't know for sure. I think if Parcells was there, they'd do it, but without in a heartbeat. But I don't necessarily know this. I heard they want to keep this coach, the Giants. I don't know. He had problems communicating to his players, and I don't understand that. He couldn't keep his Jones at the same level he was. You know, he couldn't bring him back up to that level. So I don't know that he's that great a coach or that good a coach. You know, my friends always do this. You know, as soon as a team goes bad, they look for people to blame. There are situations, all right? If a team is a little older, then you start to look at the schedule. If they're starting to play a lot of young, good teams, then there's going to have to be some changes. Kansas City's going to run into that problem. If they don't run it, they're going to have to replace Travis Kelce with somebody. And I don't see anybody around right now that can replace him at his position except Kittle. And Kittle is the same. He's working towards the end of his career, too. So, you know, you have players that they age, and they age at a different rate in different situations. Now you're looking at their running back, the Giants' ex-running back that's now playing for the Eagles, and you say, well, what's the deal? Why is he playing so much better? Situation, better offensive line, better offensive playbook. You know, for years. Vince Lombardi had a philosophy, okay? He put in 8 or 9 plays. He didn't have a playbook like this, like they have now. He's basically simple. He was basically fundamentals. His practices were all about tackling, blocking. If you had to block a certain way in a specific play, he would keep that up, keep at you and keep at you and keep at you and keep at you. His philosophy was, look, they know what we're going to do. All we got to do is do it better than they can. It's as simple as that. And football hasn't changed. As fancy as you want to get, so long as you can block or tackle better than the other team, you're going to win. That's the name of the game. Quarterbacks are important, but they're not the most valuable player on the team in terms of performance. Okay, unless they can get into a situation where they can repeat the same thing over and over. You know, it's because pass routes are pass routes. What makes Mahomes and Kelsey so great is that Kelsey improvises, and Holmes knows to look for him. He knows at least he'll be in a specific area of the field. You know, he's not running a pattern that he can throw a spot pass to. Okay, they call it a spot pass. You throw to the spot rather than the player. The objective is for the player to get there. You know, I don't know. All right, listen. I'm running out of things to talk about. It gets to, even football is depressing on days like this. At least the sun is shining out here for a little while. It shined yesterday, and then we got hit by major thunderstorms. So we'll see what happens today. Okay, guys, take care. I'll see you tomorrow.